For this tutorial, I'm going to create 3 scales that are 9 inches long each, separated by an inch of space, and they're an inch wide, okay? That'll make sense in a minute. So the very first step is to create a border, a drawing space and a border. And this time, instead of the border being equal distance, we're going to create 2.5 inches on the left and the right, and we're going to create 3 inches on the top and the bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna line my ruler up with the perforated edge. Okay, so be careful that the first inch marker, the beginning of the first inch marker, is lined up with the perforated edge, and you're going to go in and place a stitch marker at 2.5 inches at the bottom, and you're going to do the same thing at the top. And then you'll connect those 2 stitch markers with a nice light line. Keep your line light. Remember, it's just a guideline. And you're going to do the same thing on the right edge of the paper. I'm going to go in 2.5 inches. So I'm lining up with, it doesn't matter what inch marker you line it up with, as long as when you count over, you're counting over 1 inch, 2 inch, 1/2 inch. Right? So that's 2.5 inches. And I'm going to line this up at the top and count in 1 inch, 2 inch, plus 1/2. So that's 2.5 inches. Nice light line. Okay. So I have 2.5 inches mapped out on the left side and 2.5 inches mapped out on the right side. Now I'm going to map out my 3 inches at the top and the bottom. Okay, so again, careful where you line your ruler up and count 3 down. Nice light line, and then from the bottom up you're going to count 3 up. And connect that with a nice light line. So I've drawn a border that has a 3-inch space at the top and 2.5-inch space at the right and the left. And so now I'm going to erase the excess. I always go back in and erase the excess before I move on so that I don't get confused by the extra lines. But see how nicely I can get rid of those guidelines because I didn't draw them very dark? Okay. Now I'm going to divide this drawing space up into 5 rows. Okay, so there's going to be a top row that's an inch wide, a space, a second row that's an inch wide, an inch space, and a third row that's an inch wide. Okay, so I'm going to line my ruler up with the beginning of an inch. This time it doesn't matter which one, this happens to be 10. As long as you count over 1 inch all the way up. And then on the right side, I'll count 5 inches all the way up. So I end up putting 4 stitch markers, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to connect those sets of markers with a light guideline. So I should have 5 rows. That are an inch wide each. Okay? So I have 5 rows that are an inch wide each. Now I only want to keep the top row. The second space is going to be a blank space. So I'm going to get rid of the guidelines because I don't need those. And this is row 2. And I'm going to get rid of the guidelines. And this is row 3. Okay? So I have 3 rows that are 9 inches long with an inch space between them. And now I want to divide each of these rows up into inch squares that are, so basically now I'm going to create my columns. And I'm going to create 9 columns. But I don't need anything drawn in here, right? So first let me lay out my inches. So I'm going to count out my 8 markers, right? That creates 9 inches at the top, and I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom. And then I'm going to connect those lines, but this time instead of just drawing a line straight down, I'm just going to draw a line where I need the line, right? So these are going to stay blank, so there's no point in putting a line there or allowing the line to cross over the spaces, because then you just have to erase them. This way I keep my white space clean and eliminate or minimize the amount of erasing I need to do. You want to keep these lines nice and light. Don't draw them dark, because eventually we're going to create value scales and we don't want dark borders between our values. Okay, so I have 3 rows that are each an inch wide by 9 inches long and divided into 9 inches. Okay.